With the popularity and accessibility of YouTube, it's allowed numerous aspiring animators to share their work, build an audience, and experiment as they develop their own unique style and voice with their art. One such artist who has used the reach of YouTube to their advantage while both building a loyal fan base and playing around with a wide range of animation styles and techniques is Hunter August Hancock, better known as Meatcanyon or Papa Meat.
How you doing?
Hancock is a voice actor, comedian, writer, and director, though he's best known for his animated shorts, which are typically described as nightmare fuel, as his work usually features unnerving themes, aesthetic, and storylines.
All she offered all night was cut up bananas. It's like, if you have pizza rolls.
Hancock's work often involves taking classic pieces of media from Western culture and turning them into surreal nightmares.
Who's my little piggy, huh? Who's my little piggy?
His versions of iconic characters are typically drawn in an especially grotesque and disturbing style, while the animations themselves are usually horrific and surreal, though still fundamentally comedic in nature.
How about a gumball? I don't think...
By June 2020, after just a few years on YouTube, Hancock's channel had amassed 1 million subscribers before hitting the 2 million mark in December that same year. 2 years later, in December 2022, the channel reached 5 million subscribers. Still, due to the nature of his videos, he has received a significant amount of hate for taking beloved characters that people cherish from their childhood and turning them into horror shows. However, his unique style also appeals to an even larger audience who see his work as simply adding another layer to the cartoons and characters that they love, which has seen the Meatcanyon channel grow rapidly with no sign of slowing down due to his engaging original characters and stories, along with his distinct unique celebration of nostalgia. Between 2012 and 2016, Hancock studied at the Kansas City Art Institute, specializing in 2D animation before graduating with a Bachelor of Fine Arts in the field. During his time in Kansas, Hancock created his first ever animation, Barbarian Raid, about a group of Vikings who are trying to plan an attack, but keep getting sidetracked due to the earlier misadventures of one of the men.
Marty! Yeah?
While studying, Hancock created his YouTube channel in September 2015, though he didn't upload his first video until after he had graduated in January 2017. Despite having made Barbarian Raid years earlier, and the fact that it would have served as a solid introduction to his work, particularly in regards to his sense of humor, he wouldn't release it until July 2020. Rather, officially, the first ever video on the Meatcanyon YouTube channel is the short Magic Man, which details a man being visited by a strange magician.
No, I just want to know how you got into my house. What are you doing here? I just want to know.
Meatcanyon's first parody of pop culture was with the short It's Hard to Convince Anakin Skywalker, which was released in August 2017. The installment is a parody of a scene from the 2005 film Star Wars Episode III, Revenge of the Sith.
He must stand trial. The man is shooting lightning out of his hands!
Arguably, the first truly great video by Meatcanyon is King's Last Breath, which was released in February 2018 and was the channel's first relatively long video, clocking in at around just over 3 minutes. In the short, a king is dying and uses his last moments to tell his best night and uncomfortable truth in a scene that's reminiscent of a classic sketch from the legendary comedy team Monty Python.
You've sinned, me lord! In your dying breath, you've sinned!
Meatcanyon's next video would prove to be indicative of the direction of his later work. Moon Boy was released in May 2018 and features an alien on the verge of death. The installment manages to be both sarcastic and poignant at the same time, a uniquely engaging characteristic that would become synonymous with Meatcanyon's style as he demonstrated that he could entertain and disturb viewers simultaneously.
When you die, you will fade into forever darkness.
Meatcanyon's first parody of an iconic cartoon series was with the short Scoob-Doo, which was released in January 2019. The installment is a parody of Scooby-Doo, and it's the first time Meatcanyon took a piece of Western pop culture that was typically lighthearted and gave it an ominous twist.
You meddling kids and your stupid-ass dog.
Following Scoob-Doo, Meatcanyon soon made a name for himself of doing disturbing parodies of iconic animated TV series and movies, including Arthur, Adventure Time, Pinocchio, Toy Story, Family Guy, and many more, typically with more adult or darker tones than the original material, like with the installment Jawbreaker, a parody of Ed, Edd and Eddy, which was released in November 2019.
Matter of fact, where is everyone today?
Despite his success with parodies of animated characters, Meatcanyon continued to, at least every so often, parody classic movies and produce shorts with original characters and situations.
You obviously love them. I mean, I love mine.
Additionally, Meatcanyon produced parodies of reality TV shows such as Catfish, Kitchen Nightmares, and Porn Stars.
You know, my wife said it's either me or Jesus that has to go.
Meatcanyon has also addressed real-life events such as the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial in 2022. Meatcanyon also targeted pop culture icons, most notably Michael Jackson in the short, Michael Jackson Saves the World, which was released in March 2019. The video serves as both a parody of Jackson as a whole, given his distinct unusual look and actions, but also specifically references an interview that featured in the documentary Living with Michael Jackson, which first aired in February 2003.
Blanket, I love you, Blanket.
Ultimately, Meatcanyon's short is a criticism of the general public for their willingness to look the other way when it comes to celebrities purely because of someone's talents. Most notably, when it comes to his work beyond film and television parodies, Meatcanyon has focused his attention on YouTube drama. His first such parody is Makeup, which was released in August 2020. The installment addresses the absurdity of the drama that happened between the high-profile YouTubers Jeffree Star, James Charles, and Toddy Westbrook after a very public and long-winded feud erupted between the three in May 2019. The short addresses both the ridiculousness of the drama itself and the public's reaction to it.
Cancel forever.
Meatcanyon would later parody numerous social media personalities including Mr. Beast, Andrew Tate, and Trisha Paytas.
Get me out of
Time
here!
for baby's first
Help!
mukbang! Breastfeeding mukbang! Here we go!
Predictably, after doing so many parodies of iconic pop culture characters and high-profile YouTubers, Meatcanyon has had to deal with his own share of drama.
You missed our prayer. I hope you're able to sleep okay tonight.
Given the nature of Meatcanyon's work, it was inevitable that he would be involved in a number of controversies. In February 2020, he released the short Wabbit Season. The video is a parody of Looney Tunes' most popular and iconic character, Bugs Bunny. The short was an immediate success. However, just 3 hours after its release, YouTube deleted the video, citing a copyright violation for Warner Bros. Pictures and giving Meatcanyon a copyright strike. Later in March that same year, Meatcanyon posted a follow-up to the video entitled R.I.P. Wabbit Season, which features a number of pop culture characters that Meatcanyon had previously done parodies of, mourning the death of Wabbit Season on YouTube, while highlighting the ridiculousness of the situation, as Warner Bros. Had effectively confirmed that Meatcanyon's depiction of Bugs Bunny as a depraved predator was canon in the Looney Tunes universe, given that they considered his video a violation of copyright rather than parody, even though no one would mistake Meatcanyon's work with an authentic Looney Tunes clip.
Meh. What's up, Doc?
You got a tight little man on you, don't you?
Later in July 2021, to correlate with the release of the feature film Space Jam 2, Meatcanyon made the video Space Jam Season, in which Bugs Bunny experiences severe deja vu.
Dribble these cheeks, Bugs. Let's see how stinky those fingertips can get.
Fortunately, this time, Warner Bros. Didn't try to copyright claim the video, even though they had just as much right to claim it as they did for the original. Given that Meatcanyon has targeted a number of high-profile YouTubers over the years, it was inevitable that one of them would respond to his work, especially when the subsequent drama would be so beneficial to the YouTube algorithm. Meatcanyon's video, King of Mukbang, was released in October 2021. The installment is a modern retelling of the legend from Greek mythology of Midas, and he's wished for everything he touches to turn to gold, only for the gift to end up being more of a curse than a blessing. In Meatcanyon's incarnation of the tale, the subject matter of the fable is the controversial and polarizing YouTuber Nicholas Perry, better known as Nickocado Avocado, who is famous for ranting while eating copious amounts of food.
I call it garbage!
Rather than simply make an outright parody, like Meatcanyon typically does, the short serves as a cautionary tale that's remarkably empathic and sympathetic for a subject who's notoriously difficult to feel sorry for. The video starts with Nickocado eating junk food in front of a camera. Shortly after he's done recording, everything he touches turns to fat, including his partner. The short concludes with Nickocado sitting back down in front of a camera, which soon turns to fat. Niccocado's arm then also turns to fat, which he then eats, leaving him sitting alone, literally eating himself to death. The animation is notorious for its realistic and disturbing look at the price of fame, as it's symbolic of the consequences of the thoughtless pursuit of stardom, with Nickocado losing himself to his stage persona at the expense of himself and everything that he should care about. Despite Niccocado's massive fan base, he has just as many, if not more people who hate him and what he does. So it was surprising to see Meatcanyon make the decision to humanize and sympathize with Nickocado. Shortly after the release of King of Mukbang, Nickocado responded, but he did so in character, taking nothing away from its message.
When I'm looking at this person, I'm like, excuse you! Look at your own flaws!
Not that Meatcanyon expected anything to come from the short. After Niccocado's response, Meatcanyon responded to his reaction video, expressing admiration for Niccocado's work and explaining that he never intended to be malicious, and that he just wanted to encapsulate the concerns that both Niccocado's fans and critics have over his strategy for fame and wealth.
The dedication to this bit is legendary.
Later in November 2022, in a moment that was even more surreal than some of his animated shorts, Meatcanyon and Nickocado actually collaborated on a video, Meatcanyon's McDonald's Mukbang, adding yet another strange chapter to the uniquely weird YouTube drama.
I'm gonna hold mine up like this so whenever you want it, you just come get it, dude.
Okay.
With Meatcanyon's phenomenal success in short-form videos, he soon set his sights on getting some kind of animated series started. His first attempt was Monster Lab, about the misadventures of the humanoid monster cats. The first 2 episodes, The Cookie Jar and The Nosy Neighbor, were released in September 2018, followed by the 3rd installment in May 2019.
I need a new panini maker.
Meatcanyon followed up Monster Lab with the series 1880, about the life in the Wild West during the 19th century. The first episode, Billy the Cannibal, about a criminal sentenced to be executed, was released in December 2018, followed by the second installment, Ace of Spades, in January 2020.
Oh, Jesus!
Also in December 2018, Meatcanyon released Jamal and Rachel, about the misadventures of 2 friends who live together. The second episode, Pizza Delivery, was released in July 2019, while the third episode, The Yoga Zombie, was released a month later.
Let me get you back into shape, friend.
Day Drinking was Meatcanyon's next series, in which a character named Bruce answers various questions about himself and life in general. The first installment was released in March 2019. As of May 2023, there's 9 episodes in the series.
Now I'm back up in space during my favorite holiday, the 4th of July.
Although most of Meatcanyon's attempts at series have resulted in just short-lived segments, he never lost sight of producing something akin to an animated TV series. And in August 2020, Meatcanyon announced that he had launched a Kickstarter to expand the original Monster Lab into a much more ambitious series, complete with an extended cast of secondary characters, overarching storylines, and a series mythology that revolves around the premise of cats moving to the suburbs. The first episode, The Immortal Man, was released in January 2021, followed by 7 more episodes before concluding in December that year.
Now, why don't you work your way up my leg, Mother Teresa?
Like the original incarnation of Monster Lab, the series was heavily influenced by Meatcanyon's love of horror movies and heavy metal, complete with ominous intro music and a Metallica-inspired stylized M for the show's logo. While the driving factor of the show is Cat's need to overcome his problems of self-centeredness and laziness that cause him to create monsters for shortcuts in life, rather than directly addressing his core problems, which inevitably end with disastrous results.
That did not go as expected.
The series received mostly positive reviews as a majority of longtime fans praised and embraced Meatcanyon's efforts to expand his work with completely original characters and stories, while the distinctly different material introduced his work to a whole new audience. Understandably, given the success of the shorts, Meatcanyon is best known for taking various iconic characters and producing strange fan films.
My toys were alive, and they were playing with my next-door neighbor.
But his work has much more depth than simply that, as his unique style typically adds layers to existing content with important observations and commentary without being preachy.
I said the boy's soul's mine.
Then there's these various efforts to expand his work with completely original characters and stories that have introduced his content to an ever-increasing audience. And with his unique way of celebrating nostalgia, his engaging original material, and the willingness to push himself far outside his comfort zone, Meatcanyon's success is well-deserved, as he's established himself as one of the most distinct, interesting, and arguably most important animators of his generation.
Who's my little piggy, huh?